compartment under the seat of the Polaris and poured a cup of coffee. It was only lukewarm, but it felt great going down his throat. As he sipped, he heard the sound of another machine cutting through the pines to his right. In a minute, a snowmobile broke through a gap in the trees and shot onto the trail where Cork's own machine sat idle. Oliver Bledsoe buzzed up beside Cork and killed the engine. He dismounted and pulled off his ski mask. "Heard you on the radio with Patsy," Bledsoe said. "Knew I'd catch you here." He cast a longing look at Cork's coffee. "Got any left?" "Couple swallows," Cork said. He poured the last of the coffee into the cup and offered it to Bledsoe. "All yours." "Thanks." Bledsoe was true-blood Iron Lake Ojibwe. He was large, muscular, a hair past 50, with a wide, honest face and warm almond eyes. Although he was now an attorney and headed the legal affairs office for the tribal council, in his early years he'd worked as a logger, and he knew this area well. Cork was glad to have him there. Bledsoe stripped off his gloves and wrapped his hands around the warm cup. He closed his eyes to savor the coffee as it coursed down his throat. "Anything?" he asked. "Nothing," Cork said. "Lot of ground to cover." Bledsoe handed the cup back and glanced north where the wilderness stretched all the way to Canada. "It's a shame. Nice girl like her, something like this." He dug beneath his parka and brought out a pack of Chesterfields and Zippo lighter. He offered a cigarette to Cork, who declined. He lit up, took a deep breath, and exhaled a great white cloud of smoke and wet breath. He put his gloves back on and let the cigarette dangle from the corner of his mouth. Nodding toward the sky in the west, he said, "You hear what's coming in? If that girl didn't have bad luck, she'd have no luck at all." Cork heard the squawk of his radio and picked it up. "Base to all units. It's official. We've got us a blizzard on the doorstep. A real ass-kicker, looks like. Come on in. Sheriff says he doesn't want anyone else lost out there." Cork listened as one by one the other units acknowledged. "Unit 3. Unit 4, did you copy? Over." "This is Unit 3. Bledsoe's with me. We copy, Patsy. But listen, I still haven't checked Hat Lake. I'd like to have a quick look before I head back." "Negative, Cork. Sheriff says turn around now. He's pulling in the dogs and air search too. Weather Service says it's not a storm to mess with." "Is Wally there?" "He won't tell you anything different." "Put him on." Cork waited. "Shano here. This better be good." Cork could see him, Sheriff Wally Shano, grim, harried, with a missing girl, a whale of a blizzard, and a recalcitrant ex-sheriff on his hands. "I'm just shy of Hat Lake, Wally. I'm going to check it out before I turn back." "The hell you are. Have you taken a good look behind you?" Glancing back to the west, toward the cloud bank that was now looming high above the tree line, Cork knew time was short. "It would be a shame to come this far and not make it that last mile." "Bring yourself in. That's an order." "What are you going to do if I don't? Fire me? I'm a volunteer." "You want to stay on search and rescue, you'll come back now. You read me, Unit 3? "Loud and clear, Sheriff." "Good. I expect to see you shortly. Base out." Shano sounded weary deep down in his soul. Cork knew that the sheriff would turn away from the radio to face the family of the missing girl, having just reduced significantly the chances of finding her alive. For Cork, being out there in the cold and the snow with a blizzard at his back was infinitely preferable to what Sheriff Wally Shano had to deal with. Once again, he was exceedingly glad that the badge he himself had once worn was now pinned to the chest of another man. "Guess that about does it," Oliver Bledsoe said. "I'm going to check Hat Lake." "You heard the sheriff." "I've got to know, Ollie." Bledsoe nodded. "You want a hand?" "No. You go on back. I won't be more than half an hour behind you." "Shano'll skin you alive." "I'll take my chances with Wally." Cork climbed onto the seat, kicked the engine over, and shot east in a roar of sparkling powder. He hated snowmobiles, hated the noise, a desecration of the